I was briefly. I did the stage show with them. I was playing a couple of small parts, and I eventually took over as private walker when they toured the show around the country. And it was wonderful to be a member of Captain Mannering's platoon at the tender age of 29, as I was then. And yeah, sort of. They gave me a part in one of the final episodes of the very last series as well, as an army truck driver, just with a few lines, which was great fun.
I said no stranger to the Midlands. You're born in the West Midlands and trained in Birmingham. You spent some time at the Belgrade Theatre down the road in Coventry as well, didn't you?
I did. I did my groundwork there. I learnt my trade there, as you might say. I spent 4.5 years in rep there, which was a marvellous opportunity to do everything that you should be able to do and develop your techniques and everything. Learnt the trade, got my knees brown, as they say.
Even in your days of training in Birmingham, did you realise almost immediately that you had a knack particularly for comedy?
I suppose I always enjoyed comedy. It sort of came naturally to me, and when comedy parts came up, it was a great joy for me to do. But also, having said that, the dramatic side of my career came to a rapid halt when Heidi High turned up, because I've been doing nothing but comedy ever since, really.
I remember Russ Abbott's Madhouse, for instance, as well.
That was while I was doing Heidi High. In fact, I almost didn't get the Russ Abbott Madhouse because I was doing Heidi High, because I was known for something else on the other side. I pushed it, and it was the character work, having to do lots of different characters with different voices and different wigs and costumes with Russ, which of course I was, which I was known for doing from my rep days. That got me the job. So we had some wonderful times together.
Both the series that we mentioned, Heidi High and Russ Abbott's Madhouse, made famous names of everybody who appeared on them. I mean, look at all the cast of Heidi High and all the different things they've done, but also on Russ Abbott's Madhouse, of course, Les Dennis, Dustin G, Sherry Hewson, and others.
Susie Bake and Michael Barrymore, even.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But both seem to be great fun to work on as well.
Oh, huge fun! Absolutely. It was a shame to take the money, really, but I did. I've been very lucky. I've worked with some lovely people. Made great friends.
Now, there's a link here in a lot of the things that you've done. One of the most successful comedy writing teams, possibly the most successful comedy writing teams, from Heidi High to 8.5 Optimum as well, which you've done. Are You Being Served, Dad's Army, and Heidi High, amongst others. I suppose you owe a lot to them in a way for your career.
Well, I owe them everything, really, because I first met them and everything was sort of snowballed into Heidi High, and then came You Rang Me Lord, and then we moved on to Oh, Dr. Beeching.
And obviously the actors loved working with their scripts, because that's why you kept going back, isn't it?
That's right, because we had great camaraderie together, both on and off the camera, behind the scenes, everyone who worked on those productions. It was wonderful, because we all knew each other so well. We knew each other's little ways, we knew each other's, fun foibles and weak spots, which of course we exploited to the full. But we knew each other so well, and it was great joy to be able to work together for so long.
They had the knack, didn't they, of making a successful sitcom out of fond memories, nostalgia,
Yes.
British quirks and foibles and so on.
Exactly.
And I guess, for Heidi High, everybody remembers the holiday camps, Dad's Army, for those people who are old enough to remember that. But Oh, Dr. Beeching, in the 1960s, destroyed the railways in this country. Everybody admits that now. Nobody would at the time. And everybody remembers those sort of halcyon days at the end of steam railways and so on, don't they?
Yes, they do. I certainly do. I was around in '63 when Dr. Beeching did his worst, and he closed a lot of the local stations around where I lived, in the Walsall area, where the little branch lines were going, and everyone was really up in arms about it. There was nothing anyone could do at all, but it went down in the history books, and it was actually a very nice thing to make a sitcom out of, because we did it in the Severn Valley Railway near Kidderminster and Bewdley, at Arley Station there, and of course that was one of the branch lines that Dr. Beeching actually did close down, and it was privately owned, and it's run now by volunteers, and they have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much for listening to this interview. If you enjoyed it, please click on the like button and ring that notification bell. And there are many, many more to listen to on this channel, so make sure you subscribe if you possibly can. Thank you.